We walked the halls of PCA together, learned the focusing approach from Mr. Lee, sang the school song, laughed, cried, and moved on to the next chapter of our lives. But once a lion, always a lion. Thanks for making time to re-engage with your PCA family. We want to know what God is doing in and through your life. I'm Alex Bellamy, class of 2006 and Director of Alumni Relations. Welcome to another episode of our alumni podcast, Life Talk. Welcome to another episode of Life Talk. We have Chase Hilbert, Madison Gurley Lewis, Dan Panetti.
And me. I'm here.
And you.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk Alumni Council today. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah. You guys are on the Alumni Council, which is super exciting. But you're also alumni, all three of you, right? Graduated in different years. So tell us a little bit about like when you graduated and start with kind of like a memory of what it was like. Now we're sitting in, I thought about this, we're sitting in the Ron Moss Welcome Center, okay? None of you probably had Ron Moss.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
No way. Okay.
He helped me get into Baylor. He was like one of the main reasons.
Yes.
Love
He
him.
did some magic with some people.
He was magic.
Yes. How he got you into Baylor,
Yeah.
we don't want to give all the tricks.
Yeah, I don't even know all the tricks. But yeah, I
Yeah.
love Ron Moss.
Chase, who was your college career counselor?
I honestly don't know.
Really?
Me either.
Do you remember?
No.
I don't remember.
It wasn't that big of a thing. Like, I would say we didn't really have like a college guidance counselor.
Yeah, I don't recall that.
Okay. Did you go to college?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
did.
you got in.
I got in.
So maybe they're not all that important.
Well,
Yeah.
Like, wait a
I
second.
remember the
got
SAT.
in.
We did have SAT prep.
Okay.
Is that,
I just feel like my parents
that's
did a
about-
lot of it.
Yeah,
And
it was
we
like
just went
it
online
was a
and-
bunch of applications, and we didn't have that like one
No.
application that you can just send 8 million
Oh,
places
that's
now.
Would have
changed
been
everything.
so nice.
So
Yeah,
we
that
just
is-
had, ACT, SAT, and then cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Hope you get in.
Worked out.
So you weren't even over here. Tell,
I was not. I
you
was across
graduated-
the street.
You graduated when?
I graduated in 2004.
Yep.
Started coming to PCA my junior year
Yep.
from Prosper.
Oh, we were just talking about, Alex and I were talking about how in your class there weren't any lifers yet because the first kids who started like kindergarten in 97 would have graduated in like 2009 or 2010.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So you-
my age started 6th grade.
Yeah.
The reason I know that, I moved here from California in 6th grade. We built a house in Prosper, and while we were building a house, I actually went to PCA the first year it opened. And so I was as close to a lifer as you could get,
Yeah.
although I left after that year, came back my junior year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You
There
left,
weren't
after
lifers.
1 year and came back.
I left after 6th grade. Yeah, correct. Came back in 11th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Back then, I was just what my parents told me, so I didn't
know.
really,
I
I
don't
didn't really
know
know
why-
what I was
I
just
don't know
going to
what's
school
going
where they told
on.
me to go to school, So, yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's fun. That's
cool.
good.
Well, you want me to jump in with your?
What memories? Let's start with that. What do you remember about being at PCA?
Honestly, I had a lot of fun at PCA.
Okay.
I had a good group of friends. A lot of my friends were they spanned I don't know, the year older than me to Alex's grade, honestly. And so we were all, I think one of my favorite memories about PCA is just that it was small enough to where we were all friends.
Yeah.
And TCA at that time was, like, I don't know if they're rivals today. I don't know how that all worked out. Back then, it was just like, there's more of our friends down the road. And so we were all just kind of one community, and we had a good time. And obviously, we had the church crossover.
How many kids were in your
back then,
graduating class?
44.
Okay.
I think. Is that right? 44.
Yeah. So the whole high school would have been 120 kids.
Oh, yeah. I had 86, and I was
Yeah, so it's doubled.
sophomore when you were a senior.
Oh, you're 2 years younger than me? Oh, for some reason I was thinking you were a year younger than me. Okay, yeah. So,
Not
yeah,
bad.
44.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We had a good time. We were over in the church. So we were in, church
of
classrooms, getting lost in stairwells and everything else.
I remember that. That was actually pretty fun.
Chapel in the choir room.
Chapel in the choir room. Like, the student ministry building opened my senior year. It wasn't even a thing. It was being built when I started at Prestonwood.
Seriously?
So we were in portables
Yeah.
in the parking lot right
Yeah.
outside here. And, yeah.
When I started in 8th grade, the Sports and Fitness Center didn't even exist.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. It's crazy.
That's
It
crazy.
feels like it's been here forever, and now you look at the massive
complex of sports fields that we have, and it's incredible.
Okay, so what about like PCA things, homecoming, Minimester, all that, part of things that you guys participated in?
Yeah, so I was thinking about Minimester because apparently it's been around since I was here.
Okay.
I think I didn't go on a trip. I'll tell you that. The trips have gotten crazy and really cool and so awesome that kids get to do that these days.
You know what I told Alex? I said we need to get alumni to go on the Minimester.
I'm in.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm in,
That'd
as
be
long as
cool.
it's not on my kids' trip. I need like a break.
You mean you don't want to go as a sponsor?
Well, I'll go on a different trip.
Okay.
We'll send them to one place, I'll go to another place. You know?
There you go.
You know your kids will listen to this, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, it's fine. Well, the next
Like,
week is
Dad.
spring break. I'll be with them.
Okay.
You know, it's like,
Excellent point.
yeah, so Minimester, I was Rick Briscoe's intern
Okay.
for Minimester. And here's what I remember about that. He sang at a funeral. So I spent Minimester driving with Rick Briscoe somewhere over in Dallas at a funeral home and watching him sing 2 songs in a really sad environment. And that is literally all I can remember about Minimester.
And you went into worship ministry after that.
Yeah.
That inspired
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. It was.
That moment,
was the moment.
is when I knew God was calling me.
Yeah, this is what I want to do all the
This is
time.
what I want to do with my life.
No, so me and a buddy, one of my best friends in high school, Joe McKinley, we did that together. I remember that. And Rick was like...
Is he up in, like, Tennessee?
He's in Georgia.
Georgia.
He's at Warren Baptist Church with his dad, actually. And he's a worship pastor.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
he stayed the course.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great family.
Amazing.
Love
Amazing
them.
family.
Love
Yeah.
them, love them. Awesome. Okay, so Minimester, what about you?
Yeah, I went, and Minimester was a big thing when we were here. The trips were getting cool. I feel like they're even cooler now.
Yeah.
But my freshman year, I did like an internship at a bridal salon because I wanted to go into weddings after.
That's right.
Sophomore year, I did college visits. And then my junior and senior year, I got to go to the Amazon, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually got to go back my senior year with my dad. He got to come on the trip with us, which that was super cool because my dad's always behind the scenes doing stuff at Prestonwood. But getting to see him, and my mom's gone on like the choir mission trips and stuff with us, so my dad and me getting to do that trip my senior year was amazing.
Yeah.
And
So it's cool when your dad goes on the trip with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Just,
So that when they get older, you
Pray
can go
about
with your... But
So
not
you-
till my senior year, you know.
So you went on the Amazon
time.
trip. So my Campbell
I heard he's going this
is
year.
going on the
Yeah.
Amazon trip, right? And I say my Campbell because
Yes,
you have
I
a Campbell.
also have a Campbell.
Yes, we both have a Campbell.
Great name.
I know.
Best name ever. I think it has great nickname potential.
It does.
Because
Yeah.
naming a boy is hard. I don't know if y'all found that was
They're all
hard.
streets.
What are some of the nicknames? Just
Cam, Camp.
curious. Camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we kind
Bell.
of. Yeah, I guess. And there's a lot of girl Campbells I found out too. And I'm like, wow,
Campbell Bales. So Pastor
Yes.
Bales, their youngest is a Campbell.
Okay.
girl Campbell,
Yep,
right?
girl Campbell.
Yeah. But yeah, so Minimester was amazing, and that trip, I mean, it's life changing. Like you said, you come here and then it kind of changes the trajectory of your life. And one of my best friends in high school, Emily Griffin, she graduated with me. She decided she wanted to be a dentist on that trip because she followed the dentist around and worked with him. And she just graduated from dental school
That's
in
so
May.
cool.
So
There you go.
that Minimester trip like changed what she wanted to do forever. And so just being there and you see people's life change and your life changes too, and you're getting to go in these small remote villages. It's the coolest trip. And living on a boat, I never thought I'd do that. I'm not like the typical outdoorsy girl. And I slept outside 2 different times for 9 days or whatever in a hammock. But
Did you bring a hammock home and put one in your
no,
room?
but you can buy them
A lot
from
of people.
there.
I've seen a
I
lot of
know.
people do that. After the trip, they come home and they install like a permanent hammock in their room.
You
because
can
they
buy
just-
your
they
hammock
love
from the
hammock.
boat.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Tell
Yeah.
Campbell not to
Yeah.
if he wants to, but it was awesome.
Yeah. Homecoming? Did you guys do homecoming? Mm-hmm. What was it like?
It was. I think it's pretty similar to what they do now. It was.
Little parade over there?
Yeah, we did the
and-
parade.
Yeah.
We did the floats.
Yep.
We decorated the hallways, which I hear that's a little different. But
It's taken a step back,
yeah,
right? Because it was mostly
a big deal when
it was,
we were
it was
here.
mostly parents who were decorating the hallways,
Yeah.
and they said, "Hey, could we tone it down a little bit?" So it's
That's
still
what
it's
I've
still
heard.
great, but it's not kind of over the top.
what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that, and then there was the football game, and then the dance the next day at a hotel. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I went all 4 years, loved it.
I'm having a hard time remembering homecoming.
Well,
we
my
had a
first
parade.
homecoming.
I remember because we did the float. I remember doing the float. I don't remember where the parade went. I don't remember the route. probably in the parking lot somewhere. And then football, we played, wasn't our field like
The grass
the
field
corner
over here.
up here at the top of the parking lot?
Yeah, no lights, nothing. Or we played at like Hebron High School or something like
Yeah.
that. But we did not have this magnificent field that we have now.
Yeah. We had some sort of an event the night after, and I think it was at somebody's house.
There was like a couple where
It's so
it was
different.
in somebody's barn.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
then there was
cool.
a couple also that we did like Prestonwood Christian Academy Awards.
Oh, wow.
And it was like an award show.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
In like a
I
movie
remember
theater.
that in a movie theater.
Yeah, that's right.
We
might
did
have done
that a
that
few
when I was
years.
here.
And then we transitioned to doing it in somebody's barn. So
I remember an awards thing
but
now, but I guess that was homecoming. And
dancing
it was in.
was off limits.
Yeah, we were
Did you
allowed.
guys
first
have
few
junior
years.
senior banquet?
We did.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where you got your word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your word was? Your character?
I was consistent.
Consistent.
Servant leader.
Servant leader.
I'm sorry.
They're all positive.
I'm
so
failing this
right,
podcast.
annoying and
I
right, just
You know what? I have it though.
okay.
I have it. I'll go look. I'll text you.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, perfect.
What he was.
Peep the show notes for Chase's character award.
Chase's character award
Yeah.
is down below. Oh man, anything as far as like favorite memory or favorite teacher when you guys were here?
Amber Beckles. She's still here. She was our typing teacher. I guess she did technology, which now
Yeah.
she's a guidance counselor,
Now she's
right?
the guidance counselor.
So that
Yes.
would be, there's no one, and she's still impacting my life. Amber Beckles is the best of the best, and I think she should run this place one day. I think she's amazing. Not actually, but not saying anyone, but.
I don't think she wants to.
Yeah, and she doesn't. She's the most humble woman
She's awesome.
there is. And
She's awesome.
the way she invests in kids' lives is amazing. It was actually, we were that close that when she was in labor with her son,
Yeah.
me and my best friend Emily, who I talked about a little bit ago, we went to the hospital, into her hospital room when she was in labor. She's like, I don't know why I let y'all come, but we were about to leave on senior trip. It was like the next day was senior trip. And we just came up there and saw her for just a little bit. And she wasn't like in active labor or anything, and said hi to her. And now Trey's 10 because it's my 10-year reunion. So we, she and, gosh, why am I forgetting her name? He used to work, he was the Lovell, Miss
yeah.
Lovell.
Yeah.
Amanda Lovell, thank you.
Lovell.
I'm like, I never called her by her first name. I babysat for them too once a week, so Amanda Lovell was my history teacher, and still very close with both of them. They were at my wedding. Both of them came.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So cool. Chase, do you remember any of your teachers?
It's crazy. I do. I don't know if any of them are here anymore.
Okay.
Because I came in from Prosper, and
Yep.
so my classes were all weird.
Yep.
So I didn't follow I was in senior in classes with freshmen because of how all the history and science and everything worked out. Mr. O'Neill, the calculus teacher, I love that guy.
Okay.
He was great. I'm a math nerd. I love math, and so for me, it was like that was just a fun class. Obviously, I can't, not talk about, and now I'm going to draw a blank since I can't not talk about him. Oh my gosh, Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Because, those classes for me were I ended up going, so I went to Texas A&M, we didn't talk about that. I went to DBU and ended up doing a Bible degree as a dual major there. And a lot of it was influenced from those classes. Like, I just loved... I love to argue, first of all, and so for me, arguing about something not arguing, but you know what I mean, defending my faith and understanding why I believe what I believe and things like that were just so foundational to who I was and what I was becoming, and so those classes were great. I loved my physics class, Miss Brown. She was awesome. So I keep up with a lot of them. I run into them, they've got kids that are in high school now, which is crazy.
You did say that your involvement with chapel band and leading worship kind of was a springboard for you to actually go into being a worship leader.
Yeah, so back then, it was an acoustic. It was me, Joe McKinley, who I talked about earlier, and then Michael White, my buddy who played basketball here, and he would play the djembe, right? And it was just like a little three-piece. Yeah. Every once in a while, Coach Mosley would play the keys with us, and that was it. That was the chapel band every Thursday, and in a lot of ways, that opened up, or began to kind of curate a passion in me for worship and for leading worship. And so I started doing it on Sundays at Prestonwood, and then immediately, as soon as I went to college, found every opportunity I could to get into that. to finish that story, came back to DBU to do music business and biblical studies. And so I ended up getting a degree in music, and I was leading at DBU's chapel back then with Carrie Job and some of the other people that you've probably heard of these days. And so, and then after that, I joined the church staff, and I was leading worship for students. Okay. And for the longest time, that was what I did. I traveled in a worship band and led worship. So
she led worship when I was in the student ministry.
Yeah.
Chase was always up there.
Yeah, and you're still leading worship at your church at Citizens.
I am, to this day.
To this day.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
As much as I can. It's a big commitment, but the fun thing that I get to do every year is I get to go back to the PCA Upper School Retreat and lead worship with that. And so that's a lot of fun just to kind of see the different crews come in and out of the school, right?
Yeah.
New teachers.
You and Jay would have been doing that for years.
I think we've been doing it 12 years.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
it's pretty sweet.
And PCA, honestly, when I think about why I do that, PCA is really the catalyst to kind of crafting or creating that interest in me and then giving me the platform to go pursue it. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, Alex, do we want to talk about the Alumni Council itself?
Yes, because that's why we're here, right?
Yep.
Alumni Council. So, Alumni Council. Chase serves as the chair for our Alumni Council, and Madison has been a member for, 2 years now?
Yeah, 3 years. I think I joined, maybe 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. I don't remember exactly when I joined. I just remember calling Megan because my brother was on it, and I was like, I am way more involved than he is. So I'm like, is there any? And then for a while, she's like, I don't know. And then
here you are.
And here I am. So, 2 or 3 years.
So, and I served on the council before joining the staff as the director of alumni relations. So I have been a member of the Alumni Council for a while. And Chase, now, what is it that you do as our Alumni Council chair?
It's a great question. Every day it's changing, I think, because I think our vision and our hope for the council is changing. And I think it's changing in a good way. Not that it's been bad, but that it's more focused and it's more intentional now. And so for us, when we think about the council, and when I think about the council and my role in the council, I'm really trying the most I can, and I tell the council this all the time, is I just want to know more people and know more people's stories, right? And so for me, everyone has a story. Every person that graduates this school has a story. And one of the things I love to do as the chair of the council is just to hear as many of those and to talk about as many of those as possible, because there's just so many incredible things that are happening in the life of our alumni. Some of it's sports related, right? Some of it's people are getting famous in certain ways, but some of it's just like random, ordinary, just like faithfulness, and it's cool, right? And so for me, I love to kind of engage in those places and then encourage the council to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking about the three of you, just to throw this out there. When we think about, successful alumni, what do we mean by successful? And I think that the concept is you three are tremendously successful by the things that we really actually want to measure, right? Where it's not your bank account and it's not your popularity, right? It's your walk with the Lord, right? Your connection to a biblically based community, your marriage and your kids. Yeah. And I'm just going to tell you, you three guys, right? You three are doing a great job with that. So from PCA's perspective, we look at you and go, hey, there's three really, really successful, right, alumni who graduated from this particular school. And people are like, what do you mean by successful? It's like, they're doing life well, right? They're following the Lord. They're walking in truth. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. And Madison, you 3 years. Mm-hmm. How have you helped to serve our alumni council?
Yeah, so I joined 3 years ago, and I was on the I think I've always been on the communications. What are they called? The little committee. I couldn't think of that word. Yeah, which that's one of my strong suits is communications. I'm the same way as Chase. I like to know people's stories. I like to ask questions, and so that was just an easy one that I was put on at the beginning. Megan Rogers put me on that, and just like keeping up with alumni and figuring out like if anything big is happening, telling you or telling to post it on social media, those kind of things. But yeah, I've been on that committee the whole time, but also just we get together and we think of how we can make it better, how we can make the alumni community better. And I think like he's saying, it's changing a lot this year. We've gotten some new members who bring like a lot of fresh ideas to the council of like how we can make this. Because being an alumni should come with perks. I mean, this is an amazing school that we got to go to for however long. And then now using it to further your career or whatever you're trying to further in life. And just getting them connected, because obviously there's a lot of people who walk out the door and never come back. But there's a lot who I think do want to come back. and trying to figure out a way too. So just I think each of us had different friend groups too, and we come from different years, so getting those people back involved, you have many people from different walks of life, so it's just cool to be involved and then to get other people involved, like, oh, what's going on at PCA, and then getting to tell them. So it's been awesome.
There's something special about our community at PCA and getting people to stay here and invest back in that community. And that's something that I appreciate now that I have my kids here.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, I never really knew how valuable a Christian school could be in your life, not just while you were there, but years later.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, this is really you were here for a couple of years, but for those people who went here my kids have gotten to go here, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is the seed of their spiritual development, right, is planted at home, and then it's watered at church and at school.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing opportunity for them to really grow in their faith and to be able to push back on things and to walk that out and to have the Steve Lees and the Amber Beckles who are still here pouring into my kids, and it's an incredible opportunity. So you think about that when they leave, right? This is kind of like a place that they look back on and say, hey, that was part of my spiritual maturity, my spiritual growth, and it's always going to be that. So I mean, college is different, right? It's 4 years. Right, but it's like for a lot of our kids, this has been 15 years of their spiritual formation has happened at this particular place. So it's a pretty cool environment.
Yeah, and I think we have a great opportunity as council members to help cultivate that after they've finished their college years or while they're in college. And we have some really fun events coming up to get people to come back here and to stay connected in that community. And coming up, we have our flag football tournament in a couple of weeks, and so we really want people to come and engage in that. We even have a couple girls signed up to come out and play.
Wow.
So I think that'll be really fun.
That's
and then
cool.
Which is the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So right here in Lions Stadium, just come out, have fun, play some football. Hamburger Man will be here.
Praying for nobody to get hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, my brother got hurt last year.
No injuries.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
Fun fact, I've never been,
Okay.
but I'm going to change that this year.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm going to come. I'm going to
should.
put together a team. We'll go for third place.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a team. We're going to go third place.
some 04s?
I don't know.
Or is
man.
this a variety?
Old fours are.
Remember,
like-
no injuries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like,
go.
if we're trying to get a podium finish,
What?
injury free, I'm gonna need to come. I'm gonna go
Okay,
like
have you-
07 to 11.
Oschlager.
Here's my recruiting call. Right
Oschlager
here.
was your quarterback back then.
He was, but so was Rodney McClain.
Oh.
And Rodney McClain is still local
Yeah.
down in the east side in
Yeah.
Dallas.
There
Plus, I
And,
know Steven just had a back injury, so
Yeah, we
you
don't
may want to go Rodney.
No
yeah,
injuries.
we may go
Yeah,
Rodney.
you may go Rodney.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll fly people in. We'll do whatever it takes. Yeah.
This is going to be
Is this
good.
going to be out in time for it to be my recruiting call?
Oh, yeah.
totally.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get
Perfect.
this out there.
We'll get it out. So anybody
That's
wants to come play with Chase and
Yeah.
wants to
We'll put the team
at
together.
least get on the
That's
podium.
funny.
TBD, team names, whatever. I don't care. We
Yeah.
just need a podium finish.
Upside down dude. Can we use it? No, it's somebody else's
Sure.
already.
Yeah, I think there's a group of guys that claim that, but that's fine.
Not the upside down dudes. You could be that.
That's okay.
That's true. Yeah,
you go.
dude, perfect's
TBD.
already taken.
TBD.
We'll go get the
TBD
track
and,
podium and make sure we have that out
That's
so that
funny,
we can
you
have first,
should.
second, and third
Oh,
place.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
To be fair, I'm going to be the manager. I'm not playing.
No, you're playing.
I
still play soccer.
I do, but it's with my feet. It's very different.
Flag football is mostly with your feet.
Yeah, true.
You're not tackling.
Well,
You're
yeah,
just running.
no tackling.
It's all good. Okay, so that's the
Yep.
alumni flag football game,
Yeah.
right? The Friday after Thanksgiving, which comes
Thanksgiving.
on November 24th.
November 24th.
And then you've got the Christmas event coming up.
Christmas events. These are some of our most wonderful events. Last year we transitioned from kind of a adults only type Christmas party to a Christmas breakfast with Santa and crafts and cookies and hot
Bring your
chocolate.
kids.
Bring your
Can't
kids.
wait.
It's going to be so much fun. It really is such a sweet time.
And we had a really large crowd last year.
it was wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
Probably one of our most well-attended alumni events. And now that we have, Chase and I are getting up there in age and we have kids, and there's a lot of alumni with kids. And so it was just really nice to have such a great community turnout. And another community builder, that was something that I left feeling like, wow, this is my people.
Yep.
And we all have that PCA foundation. So that's really awesome.
I think it's easier to get to, too, because you don't have to find a babysitter if you do have kids. They
Sure.
get to come for once, whereas the
It's
night
great.
one.
Bring them in the stroller.
Bring 'em in the
stroller.
Whatever. It's
Campbell's
awesome.
first Christmas, so it'll be exciting. You'll get to see Santa there.
Get to see Santa. So that's December 16th at 10 o'clock a.m. at Stonebriar Country Club. So You guys won't want
And
to miss that.
breakfast is provided.
Breakfast is
and
provided.
the food is really
And
good.
and for those of you with young kids,
Yes.
the Santa.
He's legit.
It's real. It's like, don't go to Stonebriar Mall and wait in a 4-hour
Yeah.
line
Gotcha.
on a Sunday
Gotcha.
afternoon. And your
Shorter
church
line,
closed.
come here.
Come 10 a.m. Stonebriar, take a picture with Santa.
It's
Worth
awesome.
it.
Gotcha.
And
awesome.
one other note there, I was thinking about this last year. I have a ton of friends that are back in the Dallas area, PCA alumni, who have, for whatever reason, live in different places and have their kids at other schools. Please come to this. We would still
Yeah.
love to see you.
Oh, totally.
It's not just you have to be at Prestonwood or have to be at PCA. Like, we want it to be a true alumni event. And so if you're down the street at Covenant or TCA or whatever, we would still love to see your face, say hi, and hear a little bit about what's going on in your life. So.
Yeah, and we'll have some PCA staff there, so you
will.
can see some old people that you knew and a bunch of alumni there. So it's awesome.
Definitely some of the ones we've mentioned in this podcast too. So that'll be really special.
Yeah.
But we also have our first North alumni Christmas party this
That's
year.
crazy.
Crazy.
So we have the first graduating class from North is going to have their first Christmas party. That will be Friday night, December 15th at Pizzeria Testa in Frisco.
Can I come to both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alumni chair.
I'm just...
Yeah, is it free food for both?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm like, date
Pizza.
night?
That's not open
Pizza.
to everybody. That's a North
Free
thing.
date
That's
night?
a North thing.
Except for you or anybody who's on the council.
Yep.
So that's great. But anytime our alumni want to come back, I mean, I'm just sitting here.
Well,
we
we
recorded
want
this
you here.
out here in the atrium area because a lot of our alumni who graduated earlier, right, have never been over here, have never seen the new middle school, right, which was made right before COVID. So alumni come back, spend
It's
some time on
amazing.
campus,
You
walk
have
the
to see
halls.
the new middle school
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, you worked in the new middle
Yeah.
school building.
The first year, I guess, that it was open. I got to teach 6th grade English for a year. They asked me last minute. I was on my honeymoon when I got the call to come back here. I
answered
literally
it?
I did the interview on the beach on my honeymoon. It was funny. But I was like, yes, I'd love to. And started a week and a half late, came and got to teach with Trisha Panetti, which was awesome. And Miss... why are we forgetting all the names while we're here?
It's the pressure.
It hits
So
you.
much pressure.
Miss Johnson,
Yes.
she taught me in 6th grade, and then I got to teach with her. It was amazing. It was so much fun. I loved being back here.
Yeah.
It was weird being back here and being on staff, but loved it.
Yeah,
I didn't feel
and you
old.
guys have current 6th graders.
We do. We have
So they're
great
up there
graders.
right now in that
6th
6th
and
grade
5th
hallway.
for me. So I've got 2 just right down the hall, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. Well, anything else you want to tell alumni before we wrap it up? Any last words of
I think you
encouragement or
had a
challenge?
great word of wisdom. Like, it doesn't anyone and everyone to come back to things.
Yeah.
We're also having a pickleball tournament
a
too.
pickleball
I know
tournament.
that's in January, but I mean, there's just so many different things that if you're not going to play flag football, you don't have kids. Even though anyone can come to the Christmas party, but like pickleball is a huge thing right now, and
It
it's
is.
so much fun, and anyone can really play pickleball. If I can do it, anyone can do it. But I just think just to come back, you love to see people, and it's a great networking thing. We've kind of been talking about that and how we want that to turn into what the Alumni Council is. And it's just fun to come back and be involved. I never thought I'd be back and this involved, but loving every minute, hoping that one day my son gets to come back here in a few years. But yeah, just coming back, I think, no matter where you're at or where your kids are at or not at, to come back to things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've mentioned the pickleball event. So that is coming up January 3rd. It will be in the Sports and Fitness Center. That's open to all alumni, but it will be in partnership with the PBC College Ministry. And so we're going to call it Chicken and Pickle. We've got all 3 courts in the student the Sports and
Yeah.
no trademarks.
Can we take that?
But
Might
we're
be
going to have
perfect.
chicken sandwiches.
We're taking everybody's stuff.
We are. Chicken sandwiches, HTO, and we're just going to have a good time and play some good old-fashioned fun.
I love it.
For
pickleball.
that one, I'm calling first place.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
First place.
All right.
Especially if the teams are spouses.
Oh,
I'll
so you're
put-
saying
Yeah.
your spouse is...
Oh my gosh, she's so good. She's so good.
So even if it's like
So she's your
men
secret
versus
weapon.
women, she'll win women too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a good manager. I recruit. I'm not the
Okay.
guy that's gonna get the finish, but my wife, we're in.
That's
we'll be
awesome.
there.
I love it. I love it. Well, we appreciate you guys coming out and sharing. Appreciate the work that you guys do in the council. Excited about some of the new things that are happening and some of the ways that you guys can connect our alumni. And just excited about our alumni, right? People out there just doing life and doing it well. Thrilled when they come back on campus and can kind of see where things have gone. Because Alex and I were talking the other day is where we are today is on the shoulders of you guys who have gone before. So we appreciate it tremendously.
Well, I feel like before we end, I just feel like I have to tell you this. We talk about teachers, we talk about other people, but Dan, truly, you're one of the people come back for.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
So we're grateful for you and your just steadfastness and faithfulness here.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say some of my favorite memories of high school are SLI, and that you were a huge part of.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Times, yeah.
Well, we'll end on a good note there.
There it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Life Talk. I pray that God is doing something amazing in your life, and I want to make sure that we stay connected. Check out the show notes below for more information. Remember, you are loved by a good God. Be blessed and walk in a manner worthy of His calling. Until next time.